Hi, it's me again with Corel Draw Tips and Tricks, and this is part 5 and hopefully the last one. I did a little work ahead just to clean up some layers, and we're ready to go. After you get to this point, before you go too far, we've got the complete lake done. I've still got a rectangle around my box. I've got my nudge factor set on 20 inches because my drawing is only 13. And I'm going to pick some layers with my Smart Fill tool. I'm going to make that the very bottom layer. I'm going to cursor over. This is going to be my next layer. I'm going to cursor over. There's at least 4 layers. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And you need to think about, how thick this is going to be. And think about you've got to build a frame for it or have a frame made that's going to encompass all these layers. So we're going to just grab a few more of these layers and get them all. And when you're doing this for real, I'd already done that one. We will need these 2 more. This has been really a little easier than I would have thought. Take your Smart Fill tool and hit that layer, and 1 more, and 1 more, and we are done. That was a little easier than I anticipated. I'm going to delete this. I'm going to go left click, right click. Now I think there's some double lines there, so I'm going to go and I'm going to go. It's not grouped together. So the only way to check for double lines, it just seems like there's double lines, would be to take this outermost layer and move it over. And there are. Take this layer and move it over. Take this layer. I can just see the darkness of the red. You might not be able to see it. So we're done. Delete this. This one still looks dark. Go up to Object, Break Curve Apart, delete it, whoop, select it, and now I think we've got rid of all the double line. Now, I'm not going to take the time to, I'm going to hit F4 on the keyboard. I got some extra maps down there I don't need. I'm going to hit F4 again. Right this second, save your map. I've already saved it. When you're working, save it. Corel's going to save it, but after you've done all this work, you can't take the chance to lose a couple hours of work. Now I'm going to go through and I'm going to skip some parts because I've got several videos. I'm going to group this together, Control G. I'm going to put it in the center of the page. I'm going to skip how to put the roads on because I've done that before. You're going to have plenty of room for a compass. All your information's right here that you can write in. Roads are very easily to draw. You've got all your layers. This is the hard part. So now we're going to see what size map we can make. I'm going to just make it 11 by 14. I'm going to draw it out. I'm going to go 14 by 11. I'm going to hit P on the keyboard, and you can see my map is too big. I'm going to reduce it. Hit P on the keyboard. Still a little bit too big because you've got to think about. So now we've got this is the frame, but you've got a little offset where the frame's going to sit in. Let's make a duplicate of that rectangle, Control D, and change it to 13.5 by 10.5. And there's your offset, so you know it's going to fit. We can delete that. Now, like I said, I'm not going to show how to put the roads in or the depths. I mean, that's just laying that map on top of that map and actually bringing in the first map so you can read it better and just type in those depths if you're going to use depths. I personally wouldn't. But now we need to do this. We need to grab this and put it top left corner. Now, with that said, I would not pre-cut my wood. I would take the whole thing and put my nudge distance on 0.5. Grab that, move down and over. Now take your frame object and lock it. Lock that frame so it'll be in the same spot every time, and then start moving your layers out of the way. We grouped it together, so we need to ungroup it, control or control U or like that. Now we need to take and change our nudge factor back to 15 and move our map off the page. This is where you need to make some decisions. What's going to be, your bottom layers are going to be the middle. Break curve apart. So take that very most bottom layer and move it over. I would take some of the other smaller depths, is what I'm going to call them, because you don't want too many layers. I would make all these my bottom layer. Because if you have too many layers, it's going to be really hard to find the plywood. Okay? I'm going to run this job and have the laser actually cut out my frame so they'll match up. I'm going to control G and make a group those, and I'm going to cursor them up. Then I'm going to take my next layer, I'm going to move it over. That might be the only layer I want that depth. You could probably, to save wood and depth, you could probably do 2 layers. That one and that one. Control G, move it over, move it up and over. Take your next layer, move it over. You don't have to group it up. You run that job up and over. Take this layer, run that job up, over, over, and then your last layer. Well, let's put these 2 layers together. Now, this is going to be your very top layer. So you're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sheets of plywood. So, you know, you're getting close to, you know, pretty thick pieces of wood. And then by the time you put a glass over it, you're going to be at 1 inch thick. So you need a specialized frame. That's probably why I've never made these. This is going to be your bottommost layer. I would paint it. If you're going to paint it or stain it, most of the people that are map makers like this that do multiple layers use a stain. I would paint, and if you're going to paint, you can't really use the depth. You're going to put all your roads on this layer. I would paint this layer, and you don't have to paint the whole thing. You just have to paint enough to cover that much of it, you know, so the next layer can be shown through, because all the other layers are going to cover it up. So it's a little confusing, but back the first one up with paper, a dark blue construction paper. Paint that layer, paint this layer, put it on top, paint this layer, put it on top, paint this layer. And what's happening is every layer gets a little darker in color. And then paint this last layer, and there's your map. Remember that we put all these together. But if you lock, we lost a little piece here, but it's just gone. So there is your map. I hope that truly helped. I had one person ask me today. I've had several people ask me how to do it. If you need more information or have any questions, just ask me a question on my YouTube channel. Hope that helped a little bit. Thank you for watching.